Welcome crafters! Today we are making these beautiful ocean coasters using the paint pour method. First, prep the paint to make it pourable. I put the floetrol into a cup so it's easier to pour. I first add 4 ounces of floetrol, 2 ounces of paint, then I mix it. Then add 1 to 2 ounces of water. It doesn't have to be exact, but you can double the amounts for more paint. Repeat this with all the paint colors. Now add silicone oil. Both silicone oil and floetrol can be found at the hardware store. Adding silicone oil makes the beautiful cells in the paint or the bubbly look in the ocean waves. I typically add between 8 to 10 drops of oil in the paint. I also typically add more oil into the white, and I also skip the silicone oil in the darkest blue because I want the blue to appear more solid. Lightly mix. The less you mix, the bigger the cells tend to appear. Now get your workspace ready, as this is a messy craft. I purchased my clear plastic coasters for cheap from the store, but you could use any cheap coasters or even wood as your base. To start the ocean, make an ombre effect, layering in your blues, darkest to lightest. Leave a space, then add the beach color. We will be adding in the crashing white later, but leave a space to ensure that the blues don't mix in with the beach. Grab a popsicle stick or a brush and begin blending the blue shades. I like to bring a little bit of the light colors into the dark and vice versa to give the ocean a little more movement. Now you can get a heat gun to make some of those cells appear. If you don't have a heat gun, no problem. We are going to be using a straw as well to make the cells appear. When using the heat gun, make sure to keep it moving. Make sure to not heat up one spot for too long. Let's add the waves. I first pour a little white onto my work surface so that I don't accidentally get blue into my main white paint source. I then use a toothpick to make wavy, thin lines throughout the blue. If you don't have a heat gun, I recommend letting the blue sit for a few minutes before adding the white. This keeps the white from simply mixing into the blue. Then you can quickly hit the white lines with the heat gun to see some cells start to form. Time for my favorite part. I use a straw to blow the white lines towards the beach to make the waves. You'll see more cells or bubbly waves appear. You could also use a blow dryer, but with something small like coasters, I think a straw gives a lot more control. Let's fill in the crashing white waves by the beach. Fill in with white, and then I use a toothpick to lightly blend the edges. Then use your straw or heat gun to give movement to the water. I like to add a few thin white lines onto the beach for the waves coming onto shore. Then I use my straw to showcase the cells. After painting one coaster, I then got a Q-tip and cleaned off any edges where I didn't want the paint to be. Repeat these steps with all your coasters and then let them completely dry. After they are dry, apply your sealer of choice. I chose a poly gloss sealer so that these coasters would be strong enough for everyday use. I applied about 3 coats for extra shine. Once they are completely dry, you can admire these little coasters that just capture the ocean. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for new weekly craft videos.